This will be my last video in my Halo 2 Tips and Tricks series. Master Chief Collection comes out very soon, and if there's any neat tricks in the Anniversary Edition of Halo 2, I'll be sure to document them for you just like I did with Halo 2 Classic. This trick I actually saw about a week ago on Nate's stream when he was streaming Halo 2 PC. Of course it works here on Xbox and PC version. I'm doing this on the Xbox version. And as you can see, you can jump from the lights on the walls here to the top of red base. Possible from both lights, but can only be done in red base because blue base doesn't have the lights. Now this little ledge here was utilized very often on Warlock Oddball in the Team Hardcore playlist back in Halo 2, but other than that it wasn't used very much in competitive Halo 2. You can see that if you were to just stand still up there, you wouldn't be noticed by most players. Nobody looks up that far, especially if you were a dark color like blue team. You wouldn't stand out at all and could easily sit up there and wait for someone to lift into your base or try to grab your flag or something. It was useful in Oddball because you have a lot of cover, and even grenades don't really hurt you unless they're very well placed, like that first plasma I threw. Just throwing random grenades into the lift isn't going to hit you in that spot. So now I'm going to show off a few game type specific things that weren't mentioned in the general map videos. First one is going to be contesting the flag on any flag game type. Now if you didn't know, Halo 2 has a little bar under the flag icon. As you can see, it's slowly ticking down when you're a certain distance away. Once you get close enough, the words flag contested will appear on the top left part of the screen. This lets you know that you're within that zone where the flag will no longer tick down on its return time. This doesn't reset the return time, you have to pick it up again to do that, but as you can see, as long as you stay within a certain range of the flag, it will never disappear on its own. You can use this to contest the flag from really any part of the map as long as you're around it. Through the floor, the ceiling, through walls, you'll contest it as long as you're within a certain distance. Also note that the flag contested text does not always appear, so you have to pay attention to the flag to see if you're close enough or not. You can also use this to your advantage on your own flag as long as it's been picked up out of your base. If an enemy is close enough to contest it, usually the flag contested text will pop up. Now once again, it doesn't always pop up, but as you can see here, once the blue team gets close enough to the red flag, even through the wall, you get that text. This is very useful to let you know if the enemy's contesting your own flag, or if there's an enemy nearby that you don't know about. Now with touch return game types like Midship and Warlock, it's not really that useful, you won't notice it very much, but it's very important to be contesting the flag on Sanctuary. Pretty much the whole goal of CTF Sanctuary is to get the flag to the middle, or close enough to where you can contest it from Ring 2. As you can see here, you just got to get a guy Ring 2 that can stay alive and keep that flag alive as well. And since there's no touch return in CTF Sanctuary, the flag will stay there forever until the guy contesting it is killed. Now here's something you may not have noticed, but the bomb will glow whether it's on the ground or in the player's hands. If you have a keen eye, you can use this to spot the bomb holder on the other side of some walls. Now here's a pretty simple trick that probably everyone knows, but you can toss the flag, bomb, or oddball up into a base on midship. You just basically have to be looking straight up and walk forward, jump, and throw it at the height of your jump. You can even do it from the lowered portion of the ground there, or use the raised portions of the ground to make it a little bit easier. Here I'm just showing you a hiding spot for the flag on midship in Pink 2. It's difficult to get it into the wall just right so it's not visible from any direction, but you can set it up so that the only thing visible is the bottom of the pole in the corner, and unless players are specifically looking there for the flag, or just happen to walk in that corner by accident, they'll never know it's there. So this is a pretty good hiding spot if you got the flag out of the enemy's base, but it's too dangerous to leave Pink 2, like maybe they have control of your base or whatever. You can contest the flag here from P1, P2, or P3. Next, I just want to point out some interesting things about the shotguns on most of the MLG maps. The shotguns that are placed there by default, such as this one in Green Room, will not respawn as long as someone's holding onto them, as they're treated as power weapons like the sniper or rockets. In this clip here, I was holding onto the shotgun for over 30 seconds and it didn't respawn. As soon as I dropped it, 30 seconds later, it does respawn. This is just to show you that this shotgun is considered a power weapon. However, with the MLG settings having weapons on map being no duels, except for Sanctuary Slayer, a lot of weapons on maps got changed from, say, plasma pistols to shotguns. These shotguns that replace default weapons on the map take the properties of the weapons they replace, so if that weapon was set to spawn endlessly, so will the shotguns that replace them. Now I just thought I'd end the video with a neat little oddball trick that I used back in the day in competitive Halo 2. By taking advantage of the ball's slight tossing ability that can even be amplified by meleeing it a little bit, you can get the ball to your teammates in places that may not seem possible, such as from BR1 to back BR here. And that sums up most of the competitive Halo 2 tricks, guys. I'll see you in the Master Chief Collection.